You probably already know, yesterday was President's Day, and I made a video about the 4 best presidents of the United States of America, in my opinion. But you see, if you look on YouTube, literally every single best president video is followed up by the worst presidents. And on my professional route to YouTube superiority, I'm gonna take that route right now. So here are the 4 worst presidents of the United States of America. Why? Because not everybody is perfect. It's common sense, everyone. So we must start out with number 1, but of course, I need to have a disclaimer. Yes, this is my opinion, so don't take all of this for granted. Anyways, let's get started with number 1. Number 1, James Buchanan. Now you might be like, James Buchanan? That's on everybody's list. And I would be like, yes, it's not just because he's on everybody's list. It's because he's just so terrible at being a president. It's not that I'm copying people. It's just that he's so terrible at even being part of the government or politics. He would be better to be a librarian than the President of the United States of America. And he's so terrible at it that here is an actual clip, no it's not, of Buchanan speaking. The southern states want to secede, but I don't want that to happen because that's bad for America. So please don't do that. Love from James Buchanan. Send this. Good thing this is not going to start, I don't know, a giant civil war. Not going to happen. Sent. And then he was voted out of power for Abraham Lincoln, who is one of my favorites. But anyways, yeah, that's basically just James Buchanan. He was just a guy, he was too weak to be president. He was the opposite of a strong, powerful leader with a big stick. And also, he speaks softly, but he carries nothing. He carries an imaginary big stick. So he tries to hit anybody with it. Well, that's not going to work. In fact, he's probably going to hit himself with that. And that's basically all he did. James Buchanan did nothing. He did so much nothing that literally I don't even know if I should even include him on the list. But the reason why I don't like him so much is because he didn't do anything, and every single thing that he did terribly. That's why I hate that. Number 2. Now you probably know about Adams. And John Adams, I have to say he's a moderate guy. He's a good president. I mean, he came right after Washington, but you see, there are a few things that he did that I really don't like. One of them is deciding to move into the White House. I know the White House is really cool and everybody wants to be in it, but remember, by this time, the West Wing wasn't a thing at the time, and also the Oval Office was also not a thing. Fun fact, the walls were still wet with paint, and Adams was like, perfect living conditions for the most powerful man in this country. So, of course, that was a pretty dumb decision. He ended up regretting it. I'm pretty sure that the suit that he wears is always coated with white paint because, haha, get it? White House. And everything else about him is just pure idiocy. Like, for example, I know that this is not part of his presidency, but during the American Revolution, one of his ideas was, how about all the states fight against Britain, and then the states become separate countries. And he gained a lot of popularity until the New Jersey plan came into action, which made all the states united, loosely but united. That's why they're called these United States, because they're not that united anymore because the 2 world wars haven't happened yet. So And another president that I need to say, number 3, is, of course, Madison. Now you might be like, Madison, what's so bad about him? War. That's what's getting in the way of everything. Honestly, I have to argue, Madison could have been a pretty good president. Unless he didn't make the terrible decision of doing this. I declare war on Britain, which is a terrible idea. He sends troops to British North America because, Canada once was part of Britain. He went up there and tried to destroy Canada and take it for himself, and Britain sent troops down to Washington, D.C. And instead of staying and fighting like a good president, he was like, time to run. And he ran away, and the entire White House, the Capitol building, Washington, D.C. itself was burned to the ground. And when he returned, he was like, the smell of burning wood. Home sweet home. And he left Washington, D.C. to a few years of rebuilding. And yes, the White House is not original. Cool. And that really tarnished his image. I say his wife did a better job of saving the things inside the White House. But Madison, all he did was like, well, time to run. And that is what makes him one of my least favorite presidents of all time. Finally, the last one and my fourth least favorite president has my name, Andrew. No, not Andrew Johnson. He's a terrible president, but I can't put him on this list because he's not in my number 4. But Andrew Jackson. Now, what about Andrew Jackson? Well, woohoo! A racist! Yes, Andrew Jackson was pretty racist. Some of the most famous things that he did was kicking Mexico's butt. Burning down all of the Native Americans' houses in Florida, sending all of them in the Trail of Tears, which was really just a trail of tears. And why was it called that? Trail, because they were on a trail of tears, because it was depressing, and I don't like it. I don't care about that assassination attempt that he survived, where, guess what? Andrew Jackson nearly got assassinated when the guy put a gun on him, tried to shoot, but the gun malfunctioned. And Andrew Jackson, being the real dingus of a devil who is so insane that he can beat a man to death, was like, what am I using this cane for? Oh yeah, it's pretty good for walloping people who are trying to kill me, and starts walloping him. So the guy takes out another pistol, but the Satan was like, sorry, God, I can't have you. This guy needs to live so that he can kill more people. Sorry, God, he's gonna live. And that gun malfunctions too. So, the usual. The Secret Service comes in, beats the guy to death. He's put on trial, and it's because he's mentally ill. Probably from Satan, but who is Satan's number 1 guy? Jackson. And that is why I hate him. I'm Asian, and if I was there, he would literally, kill me because I have his name. That's why I don't like racists. Link in the end of the video. Now, those 4 presidents, they have good things to their name, but yet there's always these things, these one mistake that tarnish their image in my eye, and that is what earned them this spot on this video. Now, these 4 presidents, they are just a few of the tens of presidents that I hate because of one decision that got them tarnished in the image of the public, press, and a random YouTuber who is seeking glory on YouTube. Those are my 4 least favorite presidents of all time, and they're my least favorites for a reason. Here's what I learned. 1, take action. take decisive action and actually do it well. 2, don't be a weakling and run away from things that you can easily stop. 3, don't make dumb choices. For example, moving into a house that isn't even completed yet. And finally, treat others the way you want to be treated, no matter how they look. No matter if you're racist or not, they're still humans and they're still equal to you. Link in the end of the video. And that was my 4 least favorite presidents of all time, a sequel to the 4 greatest presidents of all time. Link in the end of the video. And I'll see you next time!